Hi everyone, welcome back to PolyCloud YouTube channel. In this series, we are learning everything you need to become a Red Hat certified system administrator, that is RHCSA. Whether you are just starting with Linux or preparing for certification exam, this video will guide you step by step, completely free of cost. In this complete series, we will cover understanding and using essential Linux tool, managing software and system services, configuring storage and file system along with managing user group and network and security and a lot more. Everything will be explained clearly with hands-on demos. This is 100% free end-to-end learning series, and I will bring many more such courses on Linux, Azure and cloud technology in coming months. So please support the channel by subscribing and helping us to reach our first 1000 subscriber goal. It really motivates me to keep creating free learning content for you. Currently, Azure 104 series is going on the channel, and also this Red Hat series is going on. So let's get started and master Linux one topic at a time right here on PolyCloud.
Welcome to the course, Help Commands and Text Editing. This course equips you with the skills to access command line documentation and perform essential file and text management in a Linux environment. From using help utilities to editing files with tools like Nano and Vim, these foundational skills are key to becoming self-sufficient and effective in day-to-day Linux system operations. In this course, we will explore the use of man, info, use --help, and shell built-in commands to access command documentation. We will learn how to navigate and interpret command documentation effectively. We will also discover techniques for managing file content within Linux. Next, we will configure basic log monitoring to track system activity. Finally, we will learn to edit text files using Nano, Vim, and gedit. When learning Linux, especially while preparing for RHCSA, one thing becomes very clear. There are numerous commands, and sometimes remembering every option or how a command works can feel overwhelming. That's exactly why Linux gives us built-in documentation tools to help along the way. Whether you're unsure how a command works or just want to verify the correct syntax before running it, knowing how to access documentation quickly is a significant help. You don't have to Google every time. The system itself can guide you if you know where to look. Let's talk about 4 very useful ways to get help. Linux has several built-in help systems, including man, info, and the --help option. It also includes shell commands, such as help. Let's begin with man pages. The word man stands for manual. This command is the go-to for most Linux users when they want to look up a command's documentation. For example, let's say you want to learn more about the ls command. You just type man ls, and right there, a detailed manual opens up. It explains what the command does, the options available, and sometimes provides examples. The man pages are divided into sections. Section 1 is for user commands, Section 5 is for configuration files, and Section 8 is for admin commands. You don't need to remember all sections, but knowing this helps when 2 commands or files have the same name. The navigation is also simple. Use the arrow keys to scroll and press Q to quit. If you're unsure if a manual exists, you can use man-k less than keyword greater than. It searches for the manual page description. A keyword is a word related to the command or concept you're looking for, such as copy, disk, or user. If you're unsure if a manual exists, you can use man-k less than keyword greater than. It searches for the manual page description. A keyword is a word related to the command or concept you're looking for, such as copy, disk, or user. What if man is too hard to follow? Use --help. Sometimes, the man page feels too lengthy, too detailed, or too technical. That's where the --help option comes in. Most Linux commands support --help at the end. This gives you a quick summary of how to use the command, including its basic syntax and available options. Let's say you're trying to remember how to copy files. Just run the command cp-help, and you'll get a short, clear output that shows you what the command does and what flags you can use, like -R, -V, or -I. This is particularly useful when you just need a quick reminder rather than a comprehensive manual. What about info? Not every command uses man as its primary help system. Some tools prefer a different format, and that's where the info command comes in. The info system is more structured and allows easy navigation between different sections. Think of it as a hyperlinked manual inside the terminal. For example, info caroutles ls invocation. This would take you directly to the part of the information system that discusses how to use ls. Now, not everyone loves the info command because its interface is a bit older, but it's still worth knowing, especially since some commands only offer info pages and no man page. You can also run info ls, then navigate using the keys N, next, P, previous, and Q quit. But what if the command is built into the shell? Some commands, like cd, echo, or alias, are not programs stored in /bin or /usr/bin. These are shell built-ins, which means they're part of the shell itself, like bash. If you try man cd, it won't work because cd isn't a separate file. In such cases, use help cd. This help command is specific to bash, and it shows you the syntax and options for built-in shell commands. It's quick, useful, and helps when you're writing scripts or trying to understand shell behavior. You can also run type cd. This tells you whether a command is a shell built-in, an alias, or a file. It helps you know which kind of help to look for. So, accessing documentation isn't just for beginners. It's a habit of smart Linux users. Whether you use man, --help, info, or shell help, you're building confidence with every command. Instead of memorizing long lists of options, you're learning how to think and work like a system administrator, someone who solves problems using what's already available. And for RHCSA, that's exactly the kind of mindset that will help you pass and grow into a skilled Linux professional. In this demonstration, we'll use the man command, the info command, and the help option, along with navigation techniques, to access documentation, perform searches, and navigate manual pages in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. To begin, you need to open the terminal. So click on the Activities tab, located at the top left corner of the screen. From the displayed options below, click on the terminal icon. This will open the terminal window. Let's start by using the man command. The man command opens the manual page for any Linux command. For instance, to view the manual for the cd command, type man, cd, press enter. In the output, you can see the manual page for the cd command. It includes several available options, often categorized under sections like General Commands and Bash built-in commands. You can scroll through the manual by pressing the spacebar on your keyboard. As you continue scrolling using the spacebar, you'll notice more detailed descriptions, syntax usage, and available options. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see a message like Manual Page CD within bracket 1, line 196 within bracket mentioned. Press H for help or Q to quit. This message tells you that pressing H opens the help section, showing navigation shortcuts. Pressing Q quits the manual and returns to the terminal. Now, to search within the manual, press the / key on your keyboard. Then type the keyword you want to search for. Let's search for the word key. Then press enter. This highlights every instance of the word key in the manual. Once done, press Q to quit the manual and return to the main terminal window. To access more detailed documentation for any Linux command, we use the info command. Let's see how this works. To get information about user add command, type the following command in the terminal. Info user enter. This opens the info page for the user add command. It provides comprehensive information, including the command's purpose, its syntax and options, a detailed description of its behavior, and the various flags you can use. You can scroll through and explore the documentation at your pace. While the man command gives a quick reference, the info command presents the content in a structured, hierarchical format, making it easier to navigate through complex topics. To exit the info page and return to the terminal, simply press Q. Next, we'll use the help option for Linux commands. To do this, type the following command in the terminal: pwd-help. Then press enter. You'll see a quick summary of the syntax and all available options for the pwd command. For example, $L prints the value of $pwd if it names the current working directory. $P prints the physical directory without following any symbolic links. You'll also notice that the $L option is the default behavior of the pwd command. The -help option is extremely useful when you want a brief overview of how to use a specific Linux command. You could try it with other commands as well. For instance, type cd-help center. In the output, you can see various flags and their descriptions related to the cd command. $L follows symbolic links. This is the default behavior. $P uses the physical directory structure, ignoring symbolic links. -e exits with an error if the current directory cannot be resolved using $P. @ displays extended file attributes on supported systems. Once you're done reviewing the help information, clear the terminal by typing clear, then press enter. Now type the following command in the terminal: ls-help, and press command displays a list of all available options and flags that can be used with the ls command. You'll see options like -d lists directories themselves, not their contents. -b forces printing of non-printable characters in octal, and many more useful flags. To scroll through the help output, press the spacebar on your keyboard. Once you've reviewed the options, clear the terminal by typing clear and press enter. To quickly navigate inside a manual page, you can use the / key on your keyboard to search forward for a keyword. You can also press N to move to the next search match, or N to go to the previous match. Let's see how it works. Type the following command in the terminal: man cd.
The following command is again added: man cd.
Then press enter. This opens the manual page for the cd command. Now, to search within the manual, press the / key on your keyboard. At the bottom of the screen, you'll see a prompt appear. Type your search term, for example, key, then press enter. All occurrences of the word key in the manual page will be highlighted. To scroll through additional matches, press the small n key for the next result, or N to go to the previous match. You can also press the spacebar to move forward one page, or press b to go back one page. When you're done, press Q to exit the manual page and return to the terminal. We can also use the help option with many Linux commands to quickly view available flags and their descriptions. For example, to view help options for the tar command, type tar-help. This displays a quick reference guide to all the options and flags supported by the tar command. You can scroll through the output to view all available options and get a better understanding of how to control and customize tar's behavior. And that concludes our demonstration on using the man command, the info command, and the help option along with essential navigation techniques in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. This demonstration will use some essential file viewing commands in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. To begin, click on the Activities tab located in the top left corner of your screen. After that, locate the terminal icon at the bottom of the app. Click on it to launch the terminal. Let's start by using the cat command to view a simple file. In the terminal, type the following command: cat/etc/past and press enter. This command displays the contents of the pastwd file, which stores user account information. In the output, you'll notice entries such as root:0:0:0:root:/root:/bin/bash, along with other entries for users like bin, daemon, and many more. Each line in this file includes the username, a placeholder for the password, the user ID, the group ID, a brief user description, the home directory, and the default shell assigned to that user. Let's now clear the screen. Now, let's use the less command. It allows you to scroll through a file and search for specific content within it, making it more flexible than cat. In the terminal, type the following command: less/etc/pastw. Press enter. The file opens in a scrollable mode, allowing you to move line by line or page by page. Now let's search for the keyword .bash. Press the / key on your keyboard. Then type .bash. Now press Enter. You'll be redirected to the first occurrence of .bash in the file. To jump to the next occurrence, press n. You'll be redirected to the next matches, which appear in entries like /bin, /bash. These usually belong to users like root, John, or test, indicating their default shell is bash. To quit and return to the terminal window, press Q on your keyboard. Let's clear the terminal once again. Next, we'll use the more command. The more command is used to display the contents of a file one page at a time, making it easier to read large files within the terminal. In the terminal, type the following command: more /etc/server. Press Enter. In the output, you'll see that only the first page of the file is displayed. To move to the next page, press the spacebar on your keyboard. You can continue navigating through additional pages by repeatedly pressing the spacebar. To move line by line, simply press the Enter key instead. This allows you to carefully scroll through the file content if you're looking for something specific. Once you're done reading the file and want to return to the terminal, press the Q key on your keyboard. Now clear the terminal by typing clear and press Enter. Now, let's use the head command, which is used to display the first few lines of a file. In the terminal, type the following command: head-small-n5/etc/. Press Enter. In the output, you can see the first 5 lines of the /etc/services file. This is useful when you only want to preview the top portion of a large file. Similarly, the tail command is used to display the last few lines of a file. Now, type the following command: tail-small-n5/etc/. Press Enter. In the output, you'll see the last 5 lines of the /etc/services file. This is especially helpful when you want to check the most recent entries in log or configuration files. So all these commands are essential tools for system administrators. They allow you to efficiently view logs, inspect configurations, troubleshoot issues, and monitor system activity. Understanding them is crucial for success in daily operations. And that concludes our demonstration of some essential file viewing commands in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. In this demonstration, we will use the tail-f command along with grep to monitor log files in real time on a Red Hat Enterprise Linux system. System log files are typically stored in the /var/log directory. These include log for authentication services, the firewall, kernel messages, and more. Let's begin by listing the contents of this directory. First, open the terminal. Click on the Activities tab in the top left corner of the screen. Then click on the terminal icon on the right. Once the terminal opens, type ls/var, press Enter. You'll see a list of system log files such as rpm.log, firewalld, boot.log, cronny, httpd, sssd, rhsm, messages, and many more. These are logs used by various services and components of the system. Let's now clear the screen. We will now use the tail-f command to monitor a log file as it updates in real time. This command is especially useful when starting services or observing user activity. Now, type tail-f/var/log/messages. Enter. You'll now see the most recent entries in the messages log file, and as new events occur, they'll appear line by line. Each entry usually includes the date, time, hostname, process name, process ID, and a brief message. For example, let's look at the first entry. July 10th, 14:42:56 VBox System D, 1 in square brackets, reach target is SHD, keygen.target. This entry indicates that at 14 hours, 42 minutes, and 56 seconds on July 10th, the System D process on the VBox system reached the SSH key generation target. To stop the real-time output, press Ctrl-C on your keyboard. Since log files can be quite verbose, we can use grep to filter the output and focus on specific keywords. Let's clear the terminal once again. Now enter the following command. Tail -small f /var/log/messages, insert pipe operator, then type grep filter. This filters the output to show only lines that contain the word failed. Now press Ctrl-C to stop the real-time output and return to the command prompt. To make the search case insensitive, use the -i option with grep. Type tail -small f /var/log/messages, insert a pipe operator, then type grep -i failed, and press enter. This will match all versions of the word, whether it's failed with a capital, all uppercase failed, or all lowercase failed. Again, press Ctrl-C to stop the output and return to the command prompt. Let's clear the terminal once again. You can also monitor messages related to SSH by typing tail -small f /var/log/secure pipe, then type grep sshd. In this command, tail -f continuously watches the log file as new entries are added. Log/secure is the file that records security-related messages, including SSH activity. Pipe grep sshd. This displays SSH-related activity, including connection attempts and port bindings. In the output, we can see the SSH daemon process with ID 5844 is listening for incoming SSH connections on all IPv4 addresses and all IPv6 addresses on port 22. Now press Ctrl-C to stop the output and return to the command prompt. Let's clear the terminal once again. To monitor firewall activity, use a similar command. Tail -small f /var/log/messages pipe grep firewall. Press enter. To simulate, open a new terminal tab by clicking the plus icon in the top left corner. In the new terminal, type the following to restart the firewall service. systemctl restart firewall d. And as the firewall service restarts, you'll see corresponding updates appear in the first terminal window. First, the system is stopping the firewall D dynamic firewall daemon. Next, the firewall service has been deactivated successfully. Now, the firewall service is fully stopped. It used about 1.7 seconds of CPU time during this process. Then, the firewall service is starting up. Finally, the firewall service has started and is running smoothly. And that's how you can monitor and filter system log files in real time using tail -small f and grep on a Red Hat Enterprise Linux system. In this demonstration, we will install and use the Nano text editor on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Nano is a lightweight command line text editor. However, Red Hat Enterprise Linux may not include it by default. So, let's start by installing it using the DNF package manager. To begin, click on the Activities tab located in the top left corner of your screen. Then, find the terminal of the Activities view and click on it to launch the terminal. To install Nano, type the following command in the terminal. Sudo dnf install nano-y. This command tells the system to automatically search for Nano in the repository and install it without asking for further confirmation. If Nano is already installed, the output will show a message saying, "Package Nano is already installed." Otherwise, it will proceed with the installation. To check the version of Nano installed on your system, type the following command. Nano-version. Enter. The output will display the installed version, such as 5.6.1. Let's now clear the screen. Now let's create or open a file using the Nano text editor. To do this, type the following command. Nano test1.txt. Here, test1.txt is the name of the file you want to create or open with any name you prefer. Then press enter. The Nano editor will open, and you'll see a blank file or the content of the existing one. Now move the cursor and start typing. For example, let's add the text. "Hello John, I am root." To save the file, press Ctrl-O. This is the write-out keyboard shortcut in Nano. Then, press enter to confirm the file name and save it. To exit Nano, press Ctrl-X. Now let's search and replace a file using the Nano text editor. First, press the up arrow key to bring up the previous command. Nano test1, then press enter. This will reopen the file test1.txt. To search for a keyword, press Ctrl-W. You'll see a search prompt appear at the bottom of the screen. Type the keyword you want to find. For example, I'm searching for the word buddy. Then press enter. Nano will highlight the first occurrence of buddy in the file. To replace a word in Nano, press Ctrl/. This opens the search and replace prompt at the bottom. In the search field, type the word you want to replace. We're replacing buddy, so type buddy. Then press enter. Next, type the new word you want to use instead. We'll replace buddy with Lana, so type Lana. Then press enter. Nano will ask for confirmation. Press Y to replace the word. You'll see that buddy has now been replaced with Lana. To save your changes, press Ctrl-O. Then press enter to confirm. Finally, press Ctrl-X to close the file. Type clear and press enter to clean up your terminal screen. Now, let's create a shell script using the Nano text editor. In the terminal, type the command nano hello.sh. Enter. This creates and opens a new file named hello.sh. Inside the file, type the following: !bin/bin/bash. This is the shebang line, which tells the system this is a bash script. Press enter to move to the next line. Now type the following command to display a message. Echo, inside double quotes type, hello John. Once done, save the file by pressing Ctrl-O. Then press enter to confirm. Simple shell script that prints hello John when executed. To exit Nano, press Ctrl-X. Now let's run the file. First, you need to give the file executable permission. In the terminal, type the following command: chmod +x hello.sh. Enter. This command gives the file hello.sh permission to be run as a program or script. To run the script, type /hello.sh. In the output, you'll see hello John printed directly by the shell script. This confirms the script is working as expected. And with that, we conclude our demonstration on installing and using the Nano text editor on Red Hat Enterprise Linux. In this demonstration, we will use Vim, the default and one of the most powerful terminal-based text editors in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So, let's start by installing Vim using the DNF package manager. To begin, click on the Activities tab located in the top left corner of your screen. Then, find the terminal icon at the bottom of the activity and click on it to launch the terminal. To install Vim, type the following command in the terminal: sudo dnf install vim-y. Vim is often included as a default text editor in many Linux systems, including Red Hat Enterprise Linux. If Vim is already installed, you will see a message saying, "Package Vim is already installed." If not, the system will automatically begin installing it. This command ensures Vim is available for editing configuration files or writing scripts directly from the terminal. To check the version of Vim installed on your system, type the following command in the terminal: vim-version. Enter. The output will display the installed Vim version, such as 8.2. To clear the screen, type clear, then press enter. Now to create or open an existing file using Vim, type the following command in the terminal: vim test1.txt. Here, test1.txt is the name of the existing file you want to open, or it will be created if it doesn't exist. Press enter. Vim will open, and you can see the contents of the file test1.txt. To start typing or editing text, press I on your keyboard. This switches Vim into insert mode. Now move the cursor to the new line by pressing down arrow key and start typing. For example, let's add the text, testing Vim Editor. Once done, press the escape key to switch back to normal mode. Normal mode is used and navigate within Vim. Now let's save the file. Press Shift: to bring up the command prompt at the bottom of the screen. To save the file, we can press W key after colon. To save and quit, we can press WQ after the colon. To only quit without saving, we can press Q. In our case, we are saving and quitting the file. So we type WQ and press enter. You can notice the file test1.txt is now saved, and we've exited Vim successfully. To reopen the file test1.txt, type the following command in the terminal: vim test1.txt. Then press enter. The file opens, and you'll see the previously saved text, testing Vim Editor. Now let's quit the file without saving any changes. Press the escape key to switch to normal mode. Then type :q! And press enter. This command forces Vim to quit without saving the file. You've now exited test1.txt without applying any new changes. Now let's create a new file using Vim. In the terminal, type the following command: vim demo.txt. Enter. Vim will open, and you'll see a blank file named demo.txt file. To start typing inside the file, press the I key to switch to insert mode. Now type any content you want. When you're done, press the escape key to exit insert mode. Then type WQ and press enter to save and quit the file. Your new file demo.txt is now created and saved successfully. Now let's create a bash script using Vim. In the terminal, type vim backup.sh. This opens the file named backup.sh. To start typing, press the I key to switch to insert mode. Inside the file, type #bin/bash. This is the shebang line, which tells the system this is a bash script. Press enter to move to the next line. Now type tar-czf/root/backup.tar.xz/etc. This command creates a compressed backup of the /etc directory and saves it to /root/backup.tar.xz. Then press enter. Now type the following command to display a message: echo, inside double quotes, type backup complete. Once done, press the escape key to exit insert. Then type :wq and press enter to save and exit the file. Your bash script is now ready. Now let's run the bash script. But first, we need to give it executable permission. In the terminal, type the following command: chmod +x backup.sh. Here's what this command means. chmod stands for change mode, used to change file permissions. +x gives execute permission to the file. .sh is the name of our bash script. Now, press enter. This sets the file to be executable, allowing us to run it directly. To view the file, type the command. Press enter. In the output, you can see backup.sh now has execution permission. Let's now clear the screen. To run the script, type /backup.sh. Enter. In the output, you'll see the message, backup complete. Next, type ls-l. The output confirms that the backup.tar.xe file has been created. And that concludes our demonstration on using Vim Text Editor in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. In this demonstration, we will install and use gedit, a graphical text editor for editing configuration files and creating scripts in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. So let's start by installing gedit using the DNF Package Manager. To begin, click on the Activities tab located at the top left corner of your screen. Then, find the terminal icon at the bottom of the activity on it to launch the terminal. To install gedit, type the following command in the terminal: sudo dnf install gedit-y. Then press enter. Is already installed. The output will show a message saying, package gedit is already installed. Otherwise, it will proceed with the installation by resolving dependencies and downloading the required packages. Once gedit is installed, you can launch it either from the application menu or by using the terminal. To launch gedit through the terminal, type the following command: gedit, then insert amp, then press enter. This command opens the gedit text editor window. To improve your workspace, drag the gedit window to the top edge of the screen to maximize the view. To access gedit customization options, click on the list icon located at the top. Then, click on Preferences from the drop-down menu. In the Preferences window, you can perform several custom. Let's change the font size. Click on the Font and Colors tab. Uncheck the box labeled Use the System Fixed Width Font. Now click on Editor Font to open the font settings. Increase the font size by clicking on the plus icon. You can change the font size based on your preference. I'm increasing it to 22. Once you're satisfied, click the Select button at the top right of the Pick the Editor Font window to save the changes. Now, close the Preferences window. In the gedit window, type anything you want. I'm typing This is a sample file in which we're demonstrating the use of gedit. To save the file, click the Save button located at the top right corner of the gedit window. This will open the File System interface. In the Name field at the top of the window, type the name of the file. We are saving it with the name gedit.txt. Then, click on the Save button at the top right to save the file. Once saved, you can see the file name gedit.txt displayed at the top middle of the gedit window. Now go ahead and close the file. To verify whether the file has been saved, type the following command in the terminal. Then press Enter. In the output, you can see the file is listed as gedit.txt, confirming that it has been successfully saved. Now let's learn how to use shortcuts to save and quit the file. To begin, open the file by typing the command gedit, then press Enter. This will open the gedit.txt file in the gedit text editor. To save the file, press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+S. To quit the file, you can either click on the close icon at the top right corner of the window or press the keyboard shortcut Ctrl+Q. Now let's create a backup shell script using the gedit text editor. In the terminal, type the following command to create and open the file: gedit backup.sh. Then press Enter. This command will open the backup.sh file in the gedit text editor. Inside the gedit window, begin by typing the shebang line #!bin/bash. Press Enter to move to the next line. Next, type the backup command tar-czf/root/config_backup.tar.gz/etc. Press Enter again. Now type the echo statement to display a message once the backup is complete. Echo, inside double quotes type, backup created, then insert 5 dots. To save the script, press Ctrl+Q. To quit the gedit editor. Now let's run the backup.sh script. First, you need to give the file executable permission. In the terminal, type chmod +x backup.sh. This command gives the file backup.sh permission to be run as a program or script. Next, run the script by typing /backup.sh. Then press Enter. You'll see the message backup created followed by 5 dots. Now type the following command to verify the backup file. ls. In the output, you'll see the file configs_backup.tar.gz. This confirms that the backup was successfully created. And that concludes our demonstration on installing and using gedit for editing configuration files and creating scripts in Red Hat Enterprise Linux. In this course, we explored essential tools for accessing Linux command documentation, including man, info, --help, and shell built-in commands. We learned how to navigate and interpret documentation for effective command line usage. We also covered techniques for managing file content and configuring basic log monitoring to track system activity. Additionally, we worked with popular text editors, Nano, Vim, and gedit, to edit and manage text files efficiently within the Linux environment. In the next course, we will explore user and group management in detail.